for making the time to attend today's meeting. I really appreciate your commitment. And how is everyone doing?
I'm
Good.
great.
All right, let's get started. So, the purpose of today's meeting is to discuss and brainstorm idea for an exciting campaign aimed at raising awareness about FOMO, fear of missing out, and how it influences decision making among university students. We'll be looking at the key issues, proposing activity ideas, and assigning responsibility to ensure the campaign runs smoothly and effectively. Sarah, could you begin by explaining how our campaign is targeting?
Okay, sure, Shafa. For our campaign, we have chosen university students aged 18 to 25 as our main target audience. And there are strong reasons for this. So, at this stage, many of them are managing real financial responsibilities, relying on scholarships, PTPTL loans, or part time jobs. Even small spending decisions can have long term effect on them. And FOMO often leads to impulsive purchases or buy now, pay later habits. They are also very active on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and ads, where trust spreads quickly. So this constant exposure creates pressure to keep up, whether in fashion, technology, or lifestyle, making them especially vulnerable to FOMO-driven decisions.
I completely agree with you, Sarah. University students are the right target. They are managing finance and facing social pressure, especially from constant exposure to curated content online. This makes them highly vulnerable to FOMO. So, raising awareness at this stage is both timely and impactful.
Exactly, and I am sure that many of us can relate to that pressure even without realizing it. Thank you, Daniel and Sarah. Now let's go a little deeper into actual challenges students face. Daniel, could you share more on that?
Sure, Shafa. Sure, I'll share more on this. As university students, we often experience FOMO. It might seem small at first, but over time it builds up. We scroll through social media and see our friends going to a new cafe, buying new clothes, and attending events. Even we felt fine before, we will start wondering if we are falling behind. One of the biggest challenges with FOMO is how it affects our spending. Students often buy things they don't need just to feel included. It could be clothes, gadgets, or outing they can afford. This not only hurt their budget, but also adds stress and regret. FOMO can even affect our confidence, focus, which is important to address it in a way students can relate to, learn, and from.
I see. That's such an important point, Daniel. I think many of us underestimate how much these small choices add up, financially and emotionally. Now that we have heard about the challenges, let's talk about why this is such a serious issue. So for this part, I will take. So basically, the fear of missing out or FOMO is a significant and growing challenge for university students, as it heavily influences their emotion, behavior, and decision-making process. Especially in today's digital world, students are constantly exposed to curated highlight of other lives' activity through social media platforms. So this can lead to feeling of inadequacy, anxiety, and stress when they feel they are not keeping up with their peers. So FOMO compromises students' ability to make thoughtful, intentional choices and can negatively affect their academic performance, financial stability, and also overall quality of life. So now we already identified the challenges, right? Maybe we can discuss on defining the problem because a clear problem statement will guide our planning process. So for this part, can Sarah start us off?
Sure, Shafa. I think the main problem is that many university students are deeply affected by FOMO. It causes them to lose sight of their personal goals and makes it harder to manage their time, their emotions, and priorities in a healthy way. So, what do you think about this, Daniel?
Yes, I agree, Sarah. It's not just about missing out the fun, it's more serious than that. FOMO can affect their mental health and even their ability to make decisions rationally. I've seen friends keep more important deadlines just to go an event, just because everyone else is going.
Yes, I agree with you. But I agree with both of you. we're saying that the problem goes beyond a simple peer pressure. Actually, it's really about how FOMO disrupt healthy decision making and emotional well-being. I think from there, our campaign can focus on encouraging students to build confidence and set personal boundaries, and also think more mindfully.
That sounds good.
Yes, I agree with you on this, Shafa.
All right, thank you for agreeing with me. Since everyone all on the same page, we can use this shared understanding of the personal to guide how we design our campaign activities. So, since we already identified the problem and the real problem, maybe we could move on to the brainstorming for our event. For this part, could Daniel lead us in some divergent thinking to get ideas flowing?
Sure, Shafa. So one of the idea I like to suggest for our campaign is expert talk and student panel. The idea is that help students understand how FOMO affects their mental health, spending habits, and social choices through both expert advice and real student stories. So we'll invite a guest speaker like a counselor or a financial advisor to give a short talk on how FOMO can lead to stress, impulsive spending, and especially because of social media pressures. After that, a few students will share their own experience with FOMO, like times they felt the need to join something just to avoid feeling left out. So we'll also include a short Q&A session so the audience can engage. This activity is powerful because it combines expert insight and real life voices. It helps students feel less alone and gives them practical ways to handle FOMO better.
All right, thank you, Daniel. I really like how that activity combines both expert knowledge and with student voice, which it makes the issue feel real and relatable. Now, I will share my idea, which focuses on another common FOMO trigger, which is fashion. So the activity I would like to suggest is the outfit restyle challenge. So this event designed to promote sustainable fashion and reduce the pressure to constantly buy a new clothes, which is common effect among students. By reusing and creatively styling existing outfit, students can express their fashion sense without spending more or following every trend. So basically, the activity will take place over 2 days, where the student were asked to wear the same base outfit on each day, but style it differently using accessories such as layering or mix and match item. On both day, the photo will be taken either displayed on the bulletin board or featured on Instagram stories. So this can highlight how one outfit can be worn in multiple ways, and promoting sustainability and reducing the pressure of constantly to wear something new. Now, to wrap up the ideas, can we hear from you, Sarah?
Of course. So, one of the main activities that I would suggest is the If I Had 500 Ringgit simulation workshop. It is designed to help students reflect on how FOMO influence their financial decisions. So, each participant will receive a fictional 500 ringgit budget and choose how to spend it across categories like essentials, trendy items, savings, and peer pressure situations. For example, like attending a concert just because your friend are going. And afterwards, they will reflect on questions like, did I prioritize wants over needs, or was I influenced by others? Then we will hold a short group discussions where students can share insights and think about what they will do differently next time. So for me, I think it is a simple but impactful activity that encourage realistic thinking and better decision making among the university students.
All right. Thank you, Sarah and Daniel. Those ideas shows how creative and impactful our campaign can be. Now that we have shared the core ideas of our campaign, let's take a closer look at how realistic and manageable each activity can be. So let's start again with Daniel, who will explain the feasibility of the expert talk and student panel.
Okay, so in terms of preparation, this activity is quite manageable. So around 1 or 2 weeks should be enough to get everything ready. So we'll use the first few days to confirm with the speaker, book and plan the session flow. After that, we can prep the panelists, draft the question, and sort of things like mic and setting. So since we don't need any fancy materials and decoration, Most of our time goes into the coordinating with the speaker and making sure everything runs smoothly. So as long as we plan well and work as a team, we can pull this off, even while balancing with our classes.
Thank you, Daniel. That really show how impactful a simple setup can be. Now, let me take you through the feasibility of the outfit reuse style challenge, which another activity that will balance creativity with practicality. So basically, for this challenge, it is highly feasible in terms of both budget and time, because since the event will took 2 days and the preparation can be done over around 1 to 2 weeks, which allow enough time for designing promotional materials, setting up social media schedule, and coordinating roles that require around 8 to 10 students. Next, the budget requirements are very minimal as the activity does not require purchasing new item because the student will use their own existing outfit. So the cost might include basic printing for poster and setting up a simple bulletin board. Also, the digital promotion through social media is free. Okay. So with that, clear task distribution and early planning for this program is, I would say, very achievable in promoting sustainable fashion and reducing FOMO-driven behavior among the student. Last but not least, to wrap up our feasibility section, let's hear from Sarah about the simulation workshop.
Alright, so for this workshop, I think it is very feasible for our campaign. So first, because it is budget friendly, because all materials like worksheets and activity cards can be made using tools such as Google Docs and also Canva. And if we need to print anything, it will only cost around maybe 10 ringgit to 50 ringgit. And we could also go fully digital using QR codes and Google Forms, so students can join in using their own devices. And in terms of the preparation, we will need around 2 to 4 weeks to create the content and one extra day to test the flow and brief the teams. And besides that, we will also need ample manpower to run it smoothly. So for example, like maybe one can lead the session and a few to assist the participant and maybe one person to manage the technical and reflection parts. And if we have more volunteers, we can rotate between these roles. And overall, I think it is a simple, low cost and effective activity that suits our student-led campaign well.
Thank you, Sarah and Daniel, for your great ideas. What make our campaign strong is that it's not only creative, but it also practical. Each activity is very low cost, easy to run, and impactful. So, from the discussion we had earlier, I suggest we should proceed with the expert talk and the 500 simulation workshop as our main campaign event. Are you guys agree on this?
Yes, Shafa, I think combining both the expert talk and the simulation workshop is such a good plan in raising awareness about university students.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Shafa and Sarah. I think both activity is great for the main campaign events.
Okay, thank you for your opinions and agree. So now let's proceed with these two impactful activities. Okay, since we already finalized the activities, we can proceed with the task assignment, timelines, and preparation. So I will start first with the venue. For a venue, I would suggest a university multipurpose hall that easily reached by other. To use the university multipurpose hall, I think we might need to get permission and also collaborate with the selected university and make the event open to the student from that campus. This venue is preferable because I think it will provide more space that can comfortably accommodate group discussion, breakout session, and also interactive presentation. Daniel, how about the speaker invitation?
So for this part, I'll be in charge of contacting the invite and inviting the speaker. I will write a formal letter and include a clear explanation of our topics. I will also provide a simple outline and of hope that what we hope that the speaker can share with the students, such as how FOMO impacts emotional well-being and money habits. Once the speaker agrees, I will help prepare the session flow. This includes deciding how to open the session, when to pass the microphone, and how to close the session properly. So I will also make sure the speaker has everything they need before the event starts.
Thank you, Daniel. That sounds very organized. Now let's move on to the promotional material. Sarah, can you elaborate on this?
Alright, now I would like to share a few easy ideas to promote our campaign. So first, we can create posters and flyers using Canva, both digital and printed, with the campaign name and slogan and a call like join us to beat FOMO. And on social media, we can also post countdowns, behind the scenes clips, and also fun posts. And we can also put on hashtags like hashtag FOMO proof or hashtag no FOMO challenge that can help make our post more visible. We can also make a short promo video around 30 to 60 seconds showing common formal situations and a quick look at our planned activities. So this can be shared on IG stories, WhatsApp groups, and our student pages to get people interested. So these are, for me, I think these are simple and low cost ways to reach students and get them excited about the campaign more.
All right, thank you, Sarah and Daniel. But it is also important for us to think ahead and prepare for any challenges that could affect our campaign. Let's take a few moments to share potential issue and solution. Sarah, would you like to start first?
Yes, Shafa. So one of the potential challenges that we might face is low student participation. So especially if our campaign overlaps with exams or other campus events. So to avoid this, we should check the university calendar first and plan around the major activities. So it will also helpful for us to schedule our sessions during common free periods like lunch breaks or late afternoons. So and lastly, instead of packing everything into one day, we could spread the campaign over a few days to give more students to a chance to join. So we decided, I believe we can keep our campaign engaging and well attended.
Those are really practical suggestions, Sarah. Now let's hear from Daniel about the possible challenge on the speaker side.
So one of the possible challenge is that the speaker is might not be free for our event day. So since they are from the outside, their schedule could be clash. So to avoid this, we can reach out to a few options early and confirm to the one who's available first. So if that doesn't work out, we can always ask the teachers or counselor to step in. As a backup, we could also ask the speaker to send a short video message so that we can play during the session. So the talk is still goes on and remains meaningful.
All right, thank you, Sarah and Daniel. Both of your points are really important because scheduling conflict and speaker availability can be definitely affect our campaign. But with early planning and backup strategy, I am confident that we can handle those challenges. Now, let's move on to how we can ensure our event runs smoothly and successfully. So, who's going to start first?
I would like to go first. So to make the if I had 500 ringgit simulation workshop successful, we can start by testing it with a small group of students. This trial will help us to see if the student understand the activity, stay engaged, and clearly see the link between FOMO and money choices. After the trial, we collect feedback to improve the content and budget scenarios so the activity feels more real and effective. We'll promote the event using social media, posters, or even student ambassadors to get more people interested. With good planning and clear goals, this workshop can help students understand how FOMO affects their spending and how to make better financial decisions.
That's such a great idea, Daniel. But I would like to add on too. So to keep our campaign on track, I would like to suggest a few key strategies. So first, we should set up a master timeline with all major tasks. For example, like designing materials, preparing content, and confirming the speakers, along with a clear deadlines. So besides that, we can also use tools like Google Calendar or Trello to stay organized. And next, we can assign roles based on our strengths. For example, like promotions, logistics, content, and also media. So other than that, having backup buddies will also help in case someone cannot make it. And for collaborations, tools like Google Docs and Canvas are ideal for working on shared materials efficiently. And lastly, I suggest short weekly check-ins, just 15 to 20 minutes to review progress, solve any issues early, and stay on schedule without added stress.
Okay, thank you, Sarah and Daniel, for your great input today. So, from that, I would like to decide that we can go with the Sarah idea because her plan gives us clear and practical way to keep our campaign organized and running smoothly. Because with those strategy, we confident that our campaign will stay focused on schedule and also impactful to others.
Yes, let's stay committed to our rules and keep supporting each other. We will follow up with the master timeline and update through our group chat. And if anything comes up, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, thanks again to both of you. Let's make this campaign a successful one, not just for awareness, but for a real change. So, see you guys all in the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.